ပါရှင်
Hello and welcome to today's webinar organized by DG Agency. Our topic today is teaching with clarity pronunciation for educators, and we'll be hearing from trainer Mike Maroney.
အခမ်းအနားမစတင်ခင်မှာအခမ်းအနားအစီအစဉ်များကိုကြိုတင်ဖတ်ကြားပေးသွားပါမယ်ရှင်အခမ်းအနားအစီအစဉ်1 Teaching Agency မှာ Teaching with Clarity Pronunciation Webinar for Educators ခေါင်းစဉ်ဖြင့်ကျင်းပသည့် webinar အခမ်းအနားစတင်ဖွင့်လှစ်ခြင်းအစီအစဉ်နဲ့ Guest Speaker Teacher Mike မှာ Teaching with Clarity Pronunciation Webinar for Educators ခေါင်းစဉ်ဖြင့်ဆွေးနွေးပို့ချခြင်းအစီအစဉ်3Teacher Mike နဲ့တက်ရောက်လာသောသင်တန်းသားဆရာဆရာမများနှင့်အတူအမှတ်တရဓာတ်ပုံရိုက်ကူးခြင်းအစီအစဉ်၄ Teacher Mike အား Teaching Agency ၏တာဝန်ရှိသူတဦးမှကျေးဇူးတင်စကားပြောကြားခြင်းအစီအစဉ်၅ Teaching Agency မှာ Teaching with Clarity Pronunciation Webinar for Educators ခေါင်းစဉ်ဖြင့်ကျင်းပပြုလုပ်သည့် webinar အခမ်းအနားပြီးမြောက်ကြောင်းကြေညာခြင်းတို့ပဲဖြစ်ပါတယ်ရှင်
Before we start the webinar, let me share the agenda of today's webinar. Item 1, Opening Teaching with Clarity Pronunciation for Educators webinar. Item 2, Presenting and Discussing on the topic by Teacher Mike. Item 3, Photo Session with Teacher Mike and participants. Item 4, expressing gratitude to Teacher Mike by a responsible person from teaching agency. Item 5, closing teaching with clarity pronunciation for educators webinar.
တို့ဖြစ်ပါ၍အစီအစဉ်တစ်အရာ Teaching Agency မှာ Teaching with Clarity Pronunciation Webinar for Educators ခေါင်းစဉ်ဖြင့်ကျင်းပသည့် webinar အခမ်းအနားစတင်ဖွင့်လှစ်ကြောင်းကြေညာအပ်ပါတယ်ရှင်
According to item 1, let me announce that today's webinar on teaching with clarity pronunciation for educators will now commence.
ဆက်လက်၍အစီအစဉ်နှစ်အရာ Teaching with Clarity Pronunciation Webinar for Educators ခေါင်းစဉ်ဖြင့်ဆွေးနွေးပို့ချပေးပါရန် Guest Speaker Teacher Mike အားဖိတ်ခေါ်အပ်ပါတယ်ရှင်
According to item 2, may I invite Teacher Mike to present and discuss on the topic.
Hello, everyone. My name, as I hope you have guessed, is Teacher Mike, or as I prefer to be called, Mike. I'm really delighted to be on this call today with you all. And I understand that you are all teachers and you're keen to practice your English pronunciation. So the course today is going to be on pronunciation. There is so much to talk about in pronunciation. I could not begin to do it in just one lesson. So in the lesson today, we're just going to be doing a small part of it. There are a lot of you, but if any of you have a question, do interrupt me. And if possible, I will try to answer it. Here we go. I'm going to share my screen now. And if I'm going wrong in any way, I don't mind being stopped and told that I'm going wrong. So please be prepared to do that if you want to. In terms of cameras, if you want to turn your camera off, that's fine. It's always lovely for me to see your faces, but I know that some of you have good reasons why you can't have your camera on, and that is no problem at all. So here we go. Here is my presentation today on English pronunciation. Now, the first thing I would say about English pronunciation is that I apologize for my language. It is such a hard language. Not only is the vocabulary difficult, the grammar so difficult, but also the pronunciation. What makes it so difficult is that English is not a phonetic language. The word phonetic means that when you see the spelling, you know how to say it. in English, when you see how a word is spelled, often the way that we pronounce it, the sounds that we use for this word is completely different to what the spelling is. And you will see examples of that in this lesson today. When we talk about pronunciation, as well as sounds, in English, stress is important. Intonation is important. In Myanmar, you don't use stress or intonation very much. But in English, if a word has more than one syllable, you need to know which of the syllables do you hit, do you stress. So if you're saying holiday, you stress the first one, holiday. And you need to know that. If you say holiday, we'll think namale babu. It's holiday. So stress is important. Also in English, when we are saying a sentence, we go up and down, almost like we are singing when we go through the sentence. In Myanmar, you don't do that. In English, some of the sounds we use are sounds that in Burmese, you don't use those sounds. They're new for you. And we're going to hear some of those sounds. Many of these sounds are vowel sounds. And today, we're going to concentrate most on vowels. We don't have time to do all the sounds in English, so I'm going to concentrate on the most important ones, I think, which are the vowels. So this is all about the different sounds in English. There are, in the English alphabet, we have 26 letters, but there are maybe 44, some people would say 46 different sounds in English. And we are going to be doing the vowel sounds. Any questions? Anyone got any questions before I go on? No?
No, sir.
This is the most important slide. This is called the phonemic chart. You don't have to know that word, phonemic. It's not an important word to know. But what I think is interesting about this chart is this is like a sound chart. So when I said that the English language is not phonetic, when you see the spelling of a word, it doesn't tell you how to say it. It doesn't tell you the sounds. This chart is, we use different letters to express what the sound is. And I will give you an example of this now. If you want to know what I think is the best dictionary in English, and this is to do with sounds as well, it's this dictionary here. It's the Cambridge Online Dictionary. And the reason I like this dictionary, it's free, it's online, but the reason I like it is it not only does it tell you the spelling of a word, not the meaning of the word, examples of how you use this word, holiday. It also tells you the sounds of the word. How do you pronounce this word? Because in English, the spelling does not tell you the pronunciation. And here we have the example. We have holiday spelt H-O-L-I-D-A-Y. We have the meaning of holiday. We have examples of holiday. But this is what I like as well. How do you say it? You can push the button and it will tell you how to say it. And then next to the button, you can see there's two answers. How do you say it? In the UK, how do we say it? And how do the Americans say it? Because in English, there are different pronunciations. There are many different ways to say English. You hear people talk about native speaker, but really, there's no such thing as native speaker. There are lots of different ways to speak English. This is the English pronunciation, and you can see it, they're using these letters, the phonemic letters, the sound letters to show you. And I can see here it says holiday, holiday. So holidays, holiday. If I was American, I wouldn't say holiday, because Americans say it differently. They say holiday. You can see holiday, holiday. I say holiday, and Americans, they say holiday. So it shows you the pronunciation. If you were doing an IELTS course or another course where they are measuring your speaking, you can say it either way, and it's okay. Let me give you another example. Maybe you've heard about this example, and this is the difference between English and American pronunciation. Here you have a tomato, or I call it a tomato, and you can see a picture of it. You can see the spelling of it. You can see some examples of how we use the word, and then you can see how we say it. In the UK, we say tomato. But in America, they say tomato, tomato. I say tomato, they say tomato. My wife, I'm English, my wife is Scottish. She doesn't say tomato and she doesn't say tomato. She has another way of saying it. In Scotland, they say tomato, tomato. I say tomato, Americans say tomato. My wife says tomato because she's from Scotland. So you can see how we're using this sound chart to almost sound spell the words. So this is how I'm going to be using the chart today to show you the different sounds of English. Is that okay? Asimpirino? So here are the sounds, and you can see here they're different colors. We can see the brown colors at the top. These are the vowel sounds. So we're going to be doing these ones today. We won't have time to do these sounds. And I'm going to help you with some of the sounds. Some of the sounds, they're very similar to Myanmar. Some of the sounds are very different to Myanmar. Here are the first sounds. And the way these are the simple vowel sounds, the simple vowel sounds. They put each sound in a different box for a reason, and I will explain. If you are on this side of the box, as opposed to this side of the box, your lips are together. Your lips are together. If you are on this side of the box, your lips are wide apart. If you are on this line of the box, your mouth is nearly closed. If you are on this line of the box, your mouth is much more wide open. So if we start here, your lips are together and your mouth is quite closed. And you can make the E sound. Can you all unmute and go E, E, E? Your lips are apart. Your lips are apart, and your mouth is closed. E, E, E. And you can see the word. You can see the words here. Erica, can you say? You say sheep, eagle, field.
Sheep, eagle, field.
Or what about Erica? Can you say sheep, eagle, field?
Eagle.
Eagle, field.
Eagle field.
Now, one thing to listen to is that some of you, you don't say, you're not saying sheep, you're saying sheep. In Myanmar, let's see if I can do this in chat to you all. In Myanmar, you write, if I with this word here, this word here in chat, ayan. So in English, when I look at this word and I say, how do I say this word? If I say this word like an English person would, I would say ayam, ayam. Say mahopu, not ayam, ayan. you don't make the m noise at the end. You just go. So it's the end sound. Yeah, absolutely. In English, the ending sound is very noisy. In Myanmar, the ending sound is quiet. So in Myanmar, if somebody says boiled egg, they'll say boy eh, and we'll think, I don't understand, because you don't finish the word. The same with sheep. You didn't say sheep, you said sheep. I want you to say sheep. Can everyone say sheep?
Sheep.
How about this
Ship.
one?
Ship.
Eagle. Eagle.
Eagle.
Field.
Eagle.
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 Field.
How about the third one? Field.
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 And you notice the end of this word is really difficult because there's two sounds, and that is hard for Myanmar people. Field.
Field.
So and also notice we're going to go across this way from when you look at the spelling of sheep and eagle and field, do you notice how the spelling is different? The sound is the same, but the spelling is different. This is what I mean by English is not phonetic. It's very strange the way we spell words, but all those sounds, sheep, eagle, field, they're all making the E noise. Mouth is quite closed, lips apart. Now we're going to go all the way across to here, and our lips are together, but our mouth is still quite closed. You go ooh, 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 ooh. I think you have this sound in Myanmar. So we've got moon, groon, This sounds good. This sounds good. So again, you can see the spelling of moon and grew and through. Yeah. Ngangmato. Can you say moon grew through? Just Ngangmato.
Moon grew through.
Good. Yes. Good.
Moon grew through.
You did that well because I heard the moon. So you can see with these vowels that we're going from left to right. We go E to oo, and you may have guessed that here, that these ones here, you're kind of between the two. So E. So this one here is ship, busy, started. Can you say ship, busy, started?
Ship busy started.
Good. Ship busy started.
Ship
Busy
busy started.
And now let's try this one, which is good, put, and should.
Good. Should.
Excellent. So what I'm going to do now, we're going to move down one. We're going to move to the next line. We're going to move to this line. When we move to this line, I'm not going to start. We're actually going to start with this one. If you can all mute yourselves for a moment, and I'll go through. So if I can hear some chit chat in the background, can I get everyone muted? Okay. So what I've got here is I've got the second line. So on the second line, on this line, your mouth is quite closed. On the second line, your mouth is a bit more open. And so you go L, instead of E, we're down to air because our mouth is a bit more open. Now, what is interesting about this line? Okay. What is interesting about this line? There's one sound on this line you do not have in Myanmar. So can everyone mute again?
Oh.
Can everyone mute? You mute? Mute.
Oh.
Can you hear me now? I'm going to put you on this line, and on this line, there's one sound which you don't have in Myanmar, and this sound you find really hard, and that is the sound. So it's this one here: bird, hurt, work. So with my Myanmar friends, they can't say bird, they say bud, 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 bud. Bud. They try so hard. They bud, bud, bird, bird. So in a moment, I'm going to ask you all to practice that. So bird and hurt and work. So my mouth is a little bit more open. Yeah, my lips are not very closed, but a little bit closed. Can you all hear now? Can you do that if you can hear? Cha Nain La? Cha Nain La? Good. Okay, good. So that's the noise. So now if we dare open, can we open so I can hear you saying, and I want you to say is I want you to say when they allow you to unmute, I want you to say bird, bird. Can you say bird? Can we allow them to, so I can hear them say bird? Can we unmute them and then
Word.
Okay, you can all stop talking for a moment. I'm going to ask you to talk again. So if you are in a class at school, you're children, and the teacher asks you a question, you don't know the answer, you might go like that. Do you ever make that noise in class? If you don't know the answer, you go It's like the stupid child in class. Bird, herb, word.
Bot.
Now let's go on to a different sound. Let's go on from there. Let's go on to let's go on. So we've done this one. Bird, hurt, and work. Let's try this one. This one is the most popular sound in the whole English language. We call it the schwa. The schwa. And what the schwa means, you don't need to know it's called a schwa. The lips are quite relaxed. They're a little bit more open. So we've got police. Good. Okay, let's try the next one. We're still on this same line here. So we've done Now we're going to do this sound, which I call the alu jaw sound, the or sound. Now, I'm going to choose one person. I'm going to choose one person. Then I might choose another person, and I'm going to ask them to say something. Is there anyone that would like me to choose them? You put a smart. So let's see whose hands have been raised. Smart.
Yep.
Smart. You can lower your hand and so I'm going to choose you two. Okay. If everyone else can keep quiet. So Smart, are you ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
And are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. So firstly, Smart, and then I want you to say this. I want you to say. I've got this in Myanmar.
Yep.
So I'm just writing it in chat, okay?
Oh.
What we're practicing, I walk to work. What we're actually doing with this, before you start, right, is we're practicing making this this sound and then this sound. So I walk to work. I walk to work. In Myanmar, find it really difficult to say these two words differently. They always sound the same, but I want you, Smart, to make it different. I walk to work. Can you say that? I walk to work.
All right. So I work to work. Am I right?
Okay. The second one was right, but the first one wasn't. So try again. I walk to work.
Okay, I'll try again. I work to work. Stated it, right?
Still finding the buzzer. It takes a long time. Can you say I walk to work?
Okay.
Okay, no, that's great.
I haven't said yet.
Oh, okay, sorry. You haven't.
Yeah.
Everyone else be quiet.
I walk to work.
Good, well done. Nan, can you say it?
I walk to work.
And Kine, can you say it?
I walk to work.
I walk to work.
I walk to work.
Good. So let me just so you can hear the sound again. So I walk is like all, like wall.
I walk.
I walk. I walk
To work.
I walk
To work.
Good.
I walk to work.
So now let's go on to the bottom line, which is this line here. And I want to start with the most difficult sound that you're going to find, which is up, money, cup.
Money
Up.
Do you have this sound in Myanmar? Do you have the sound?
No, I don't think so.
There's no such song.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's up, money, cut.
money cut.
Up. Money cut.
Many cut.
Up.
Many
Money cut.
Money cut.
Up.
Many cut.
Many cut.
Many cut.
Many.
Up. Money cut. Up. Money cut.
So this is a new
Up.
sound.
Money
You see,
cut.
have it. The sound. Let's move on to another sound now. This sound we do have. This is the
Apple.
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 Alligator.
Apple.
Apple.
Cat.
Alligator.
Apple. Apple. So what I want to listen to, silence, quite 1 second. Right. So when this is actually to do with stress, because apple is a 2-syllable word. In Myanmar, everyone always goes apple, but it's not apple.
No.
Apple.
Apple.
Apple. Making the S sound. Apple. Let's try the next one, which is the next 2, and I want to hear the end of the word. Remember, instead of saying a yeah, I say a yam. So in Myanmar, if a Myanmar person has bad pronunciation, instead of saying cat and mat, they'll say cat and mat. But I want you to say cat and mat. Can you say that? Unmute. Can we unmute them, everyone?
Apple.
Apple.
Cat.
Let's go on to the next one. Let's go on to the next one. Nanan, did you want to say something?
Oh.
Nanan?
Yes. I didn't hear your voice, but now I can hear you.
Okay, good. So here we're going on to the next sound, and this is the R sound. You have this sound in Myanmar. Quite often, and it's in English, so safari. All of these, your mouth is much more open, so my lips. Car, bath, safari. And here's another one, which is, I would call it the bop sound. In Myanmar, my Myanmar is not very good, but when you speak Myanmar, often at the end of a sentence, you go, bop, and I say, what does that mean? And people say, oh, it doesn't really mean anything, but you seem to say bop a lot, but it's the op noise. So not what, because, not what, because. So can we try maybe some new people to see, can we have 3 new people to say not what, because? Anyone want to volunteer to be somebody, someone that hasn't said it yet? So Thechnisa, you're on the list. And Evelyn, you're on the list.
Yes.
Chris, you're on the list. We've got Thechnisa. Can you go first with not what, because? Just Thechnisa.
Not what, because.
Brilliant. Evelyn. Evelyn, can you say not what, because? No, we haven't got Evelyn. So let's do Grace. Can you do that? Grace, not what, because.
Not what, because.
Good. And now Chris, same thing. Not what, because.
Not what, because.
Good. Brilliant. Now I've got a difficult thing for you, just to see how well you've got this. I have got some, and I see we've got some more raised hands here, which is good because I have got some more people to ask. I have got here 4 sentences, and these 4 sentences, people from Myanmar find it really difficult to say. I'm going to run through these 4 sentences and ask different people to do them for me. Before they do each sentence, I'm going to say it first. and you can see the words that you find difficult, and I'm going to show you how to do it. So looking at raised hands, I'm going to have Bunny. I'm going to have WYL, and I'm going to have Alfred Zazin, who are going to be doing the first sentence for me. And the first sentence is fast and first. So Bunny or Bunny, WYL, and Alfred Zazeni. Are you ready? And to hear me first. Number one, fast, first. If you run very fast, you will come first in the race. I'll do it once more, and I want you to listen to the sounds of fast and first. Fast, first. If you run very fast, you will come first in the race. Bunny, are you ready to go? Bunny, are you there? No? Okay, how about WYL? Are you there?
Okay, so
okay,
if you
yep.
If you run very fast, you will come first in the race.
Okay, can you say the second one first again? First. Remember to make an noise. First. First. Good. And Alfred, you have a go.
If you run very fast, you will come first in the race.
Good. Well done. Bunny, can you speak now? Bunny, are you able to speak? Are you open to speak now? No. Okay. How about teacher Shasha? Can you say if you run very fast?
Okay. If you run very fast, you will come first in the race.
Good. Brilliant. And now let's go on to the...
It's my turn.
That Bunny?
You called teacher Shasha. Yeah, I didn't say it.
Okay. So can you say it then, Bunny?
If you run very fast, you will come fast in a race.
So, and can you say the second one, Bunny? Can you say first?
Fast.
Making an noise. Can you go that's right. If you run very fast, you will come first.
Fast.
Good. Well done. Let's go on to the second one. And for the second one, people who've got their hands up. Casper, I think I saw you there. How are you, Casper? You're Casper from my Beam class, are you? Or are you a different Casper?
Oh, yes, I'm the old Casper. And
good.
So far so good.
So hang on, good. Right. So Casper, yin ye te, and nor e kai. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the second one with you, and then I want you to do them. So here we go. It's number 2, and it's went and want. In Myanmar, everyone gets went and want, but they sound the same. We're going to see if we can help correct that. He went to the market because he wanted to buy some rice. I'll say it once more, Casper. He went to the market because he wanted to buy some rice. Casper, can you do that? Casper.
Okay, my mic is mute. He went to the market because he wanted to buy some rice.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Your pronunciation is almost as good as your dancing.
Thank you so much.
Have a go. He went to the market because he wanted to buy some rice.
He went to the market because he wanted to buy some rice.
Good, well done. One thing, it's not the went or the want word, which was good, but can you say some rice? Can you say some rice? I just want to hear how you finished that sentence.
Some rice. Some rice.
Okay, it's good. So it's some. It sounded a bit like some rice. It's like that. And now, how about no? Good. I think maybe it's your microphone, not you, actually. So well done. No Kai. Can you say he went to the market because he wanted to buy some rice?
Yes, he went to the market because he wanted to buy some rice.
Good. And let's do number 3. And let's see who put your hands up again for number 3. Let's see who we've got that hasn't. So we've got Myo Kank. We've got Thiri Shui. Sway. And we're going to have Zim Malwe. Okay, are you all ready, you 3? So here we go. The cat has cut his foot. So it's cat. And cut. The cat has cut his foot. So it's that difference between cat and cut. The cat has cut his foot. So Myo Cat, can you say that?
Yes.
Cut.
Cat.
And now the sentence. Cat has cut his foot.
His foot.
How about this way? Can you say the cat has cut his foot?
Yes, the cat has cut his foot.
Good. And Zimbabwe, can you say the cat has cut his foot?
The cat has cut his foot.
Good. And now a really hard one. I know I've got lots of messages in chat. Thandar, you are going to start with the first one. And who else? Let's see who else. Again, can you put your hands up if you want to be included? Don't put your hand up if you've already gone. Can you put your hand up if you want? Here we go. Great. So we've got Thandar, and we've got Eiton, and we've got Hani. Okay. So let's hear how you say number 4. I'll show you first. This is really far. This is really hard, I know, for Myanmar people. The girl said she is feeling sad. Said and sad. Said, sad. Said, sad. So Thandar, the girl said she is feeling sad. Can you go?
The girl said she feeling sad.
Good. And Eiton, the girl said she is feeling sad.
The girl said she is feeling sad.
Good. And Hani, can you say the girl said she is feeling sad?
The girl said she feeling sad.
Good. Well done. Let's try another one. So if I am wearing a white, what am I wearing? Who wants to answer this question? You can put your hand up if you want to answer this question. Hang on, I'm going to take my sweater off. So, because we're going to be practicing the noise, and I am going to ask, Teacher Ivory Teacher Ivory. And I'm sorry if I won't be able to let you all speak. There's 200 of you. Teacher Ivory, what am I wearing? I'm wearing a white
t-shirt.
Anyone else want to say what I'm wearing? Let's try Ma Yi Win. What am I wearing? Let's try Sane. What am I wearing? Can you tell me what I'm wearing? What? So I just want to show you, because what it sounded like is okay. Nankin, is it Nankin? Nankin Jor Lat Lat. What am I wearing? I can't hear anybody. Are we muted, everyone? Is you need to be very careful about how you say shirt, because if you say shirt like this,
should wear white sport shirt.
Hang on, I can't. I'm trying to. I've lost you somehow. Can you see? Can you see my screen? I'll share again. Can you see here? There's a dictionary here, the Cambridge Dictionary. Can you see that, everyone? Yeah.
Yes.
If you say instead of saying shirt, if you say shat, you've got wearing a blue. Do you know what shat means? Shat is actually a very rude word. So if you say that wearing a white shat, which is white, I know she didn't mean to, but she said something very rude. So you mustn't call it a white shat. You must call it a white shirt. Can everyone say shirt? I think, is everyone muted? I can't hear anybody. Shirt. I think everyone's muted, are you? Let's move on.
Yeah, Mike, hello. This is Sandy. So Mike, that would be okay, like if you just nominate the teacher's name, because some teachers, they might have some connection problems on that. That would be a bit distractions for the rest of the people, Mike. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so don't nominate people.
I mean, you can nominate the teachers, Mike. Yeah.
I can or I can't.
You can, Mike. Yeah, you can.
Okay, so I'll carry on as before.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So what we've done is we've gone on, we've done some examples, and what we've found in this is that when you look at certain sounds, there's some sounds you find quite difficult. So work, shirt, walk, car, you find quite difficult. Sometimes when you say the words on their own, you find it easier than if you say them in a sentence. So think about these sentences and some of the sounds in these sentences, and try to practice how to say fast and first, and went and want, and cat and cut, and said and sad, and shirt. And using that Cambridge Dictionary, listen to see if you're saying those sounds correctly. Some of these sounds are very hard for you because your muscles in your mouth are not the same as my muscles. So some of these sounds, like particularly the sound, you find really impossible. After a few months, if you keep trying, you will get there. And that's what I would urge you to do. And just be patient and keep trying. Now, I said in this presentation that I was going to do the simple vowel sounds but also we've done all of these 12. Well done, everyone. We've now got 8 sounds still to do. So now it's what I'm going to carry on. These 8 sounds in the darker color, we call diphthongs. Diphthong is a complicated word. You don't need to know what it means. But it's really 2 simple vowel sounds pushed together, and I will explain exactly what I mean by that. So let's try the diphthongs, and we can see. And now I'm going to ask someone a question, and I hope I do this right. But I can just ask the teachers. Or maybe. Sandy, would you be able to nominate someone for me for the first one? Sandy, would you be able to nominate someone for me?
Yes, Mike. What about teacher Shasha?
Okay, teacher Shasha. Okay, yes. So here we're going to do the first diphthong, and I'm going to explain what the diphthong is, and I want to see if you can make the sound. So a diphthong is 2 vowels stuck together. So we take this sound and this sound, we put them together, and we see what sound they make. So teacher Shasha, if I go bed, and I, and I say them together, what sound do I make? A, yes. So the A sound is actually and they're together. Do you see that? So train, say, plane. Can you say that, teacher Shasha?
Train, say, plane.
Good, good. Well done. Fantastic. Now, Sandy, I might ask you again for another one, because here we've got another one here, which is this diphthong of and I. And I. What's and I? Who's doing this one, Sandy? Sandy, can you give me a victim to do these? Bye, hi, hi. Sandy, can you give me someone to say bye, hi, and fine?
Yes, Mike. What about teacher Shui Yi? Hello, teacher.
Teacher Shui Yi, can you say bye, hi, and fine?
Bye, hi, and fine.
Good, well done. Very good. Now, and Sandy, this is a difficult one. So if you can produce another teacher for me, because I'm going to, here it's easy because I can show you the 2 sounds and then I've given you the other sound. Now this time, you've got to guess what the other sound is. So Sandy, can you be very cruel and nominate someone who's going to have to try to answer this? It's not easy.
Yes, Mike. So I would like to invite teacher Nankin Jolet.
Okay, teacher Nankin Jolet, can you help me with this one? So a diphthong is 2 simple vowel sounds pushed together. Can you tell me what this sound makes? Ow, ow, ow,
Yes.
What sound does it make? Say them together. Say them very quickly together. What does it say?
Put.
Oh. No. So, oh. So this is a sound that do we mi thousand ayan chaite. So the Queen, when the Queen of England, if one of her corgi dogs has been in her sitting room and it's made a mess on the floor, she might walk in and look at the mess the dog has made on the floor and go, it's oh sound. So coat, Coat. Low. Note. Myanmar, we often say coat, but you won't say coat. Coat. I want you to say coat. And low.
Look.
Low.
Look.
No, this one, there's no cur, just low. Low.
Low. No.
And now say note. Note.
No. Note.
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 Note. That's it. Good. But the more you can say coat, note, low. That's a very good. It's very. You'll sound posh if you do that. Well done. That was a difficult one. So this one here, I'm going to do because, and I'm not going to ask anyone to help me with it, because actually this is a sound that exists. My wife makes it because Scottish people like this sound, but I never use it because I'm too lazy. And this is ooer, ooer. So oo for as in good, ooer, 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 ooer. So you are sure, tourist. Actually, a lot of English people and American people too, we don't say you are and sure and tourist. We just say you're sure tourist. So we take this diphthong sound and we just use this sound instead because we find it easier. We don't bother with that. We just jump to that one. So we just say you're sure tourist. So which is why I just thought I'll just do this one for you. Now we've got this one, and Sandy, can you give me another victim to see if they can tell me what this sound is?
Yes, Mike. What about teacher Hanny?
Teacher Hanny, can you tell me what this is? So this is and What sound is this, do you think? I'll give you a clue, Hanny. If somebody was to drop a big stone on your foot, what noise would you make?
Hello, teacher Hanny. So what about teacher Mimi Nai? Hello. Thank you.
Hello.
So if I was to drop a large stone on your foot, what noise would you make?
Good. Pot. Short.
No. What you have to do is you have to put these two sounds together. So, oh. You go, ow, if a stone hits your foot. So these two sounds make this diphthong sound. So now. Ow.
Ow. Now. Ow.
Yeah.
Ow.
And in Myanmar, instead of saying house, you often go house. House. So house. House. House.
I'm a teacher and housewife. Sorry.
No, you're doing well. Don't say sorry. You're doing very well. But now let's do this one. This is the most difficult sound that for Burmese people. So whoever comes next, you are going to get this sound wrong. I am sure, because in Myanmar people cannot say this sound. Somebody is prepared, Sandy, for the most difficult question of all. Difficult sound of all. Who are you going to pick to say? And don't worry if you can't get this right. It doesn't matter. Just do your best. Sandy, who are you going to pick on?
Thank you, Mike. So now I would like to call teacher Nanda Mintat. She
Okay. Are you ready? So we've got a sound or as in door and I. Oi. What do you think the sound is? I'm going to ask you to make.
I think he has some connection problem. So what about teacher Sri Teng?
Sri Teng. Janain La?
Have a go. Can I have a go?
So can you say what sound is this? Oi, oi. What sound
It
do I
would be
make?
like oil, like
Oi.
boy.
Oi, that's right. Oi, like boy and point and oil.
Point.
Can you
And
say
oil.
boy, point and oil?
Boy, point, and oil.
Wow, that's very good. Okay, I did not expect that. Now, I know that the rest of you, most of you are not going to be able to pronounce it as well as that. That was really good. When Myanmar people say it, I'm going to try and do it in a Myanmar accent. And here's a sentence. So what I might do, if you don't mind, Sandy, we're going to have a lot of noise here, but we're going to open it up and see how everyone says this. I'm going to say it how a Myanmar person might say it. They might say, he's a noisy boy, because they find this really hard. And it doesn't matter if you find it hard, just do your best. But I don't want any w noise. So instead of saying he's a noisy boy, I want you to say he's a noisy boy. Can you all say it? Let's hear. I want to hear all 184 of you say he's a noisy boy.
He's a noisy boy.
That's very good. Now let's have everyone else. Can we open it up to everyone else? So you just heard how to say it correctly. He's a noisy boy. Are we able to do that, Sandy? Are we able to open the
yes.
unmute everyone?
Yes, Mike. So every detail that you.
He's a noisy boy.
He's a noisy boy.
He's a noisy boy.
Noisy boy.
Noisy boy.
Noisy boy.
As you're all teachers, I can hear that as teachers, maybe you're all very good at pronouncing this sound, because I was very impressed with the quality of the answers. One or two of you, I could hear a w in. So he's a noisy boy. He's a noisy boy. There's no w. If you are finding that when you say he's a noisy boy, he's a noisy boy, the reason is that your muscles are still not quite strong enough in your mouth to say it the English way. And the answer is just to practice. He's a noisy boy. What we're going to do now is we're just going to do the last two diphthongs, and then I've got some more words for you to practice. And these are simple diphthongs, and the sound they make are sounds that you make in Myanmar. So I'm not going to ask anyone to say them because they're not complicated. Ear, 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 here, career, you can see. And then the other one is air, hair, careful, and there, which completes all of the sounds. Now, what I'm going to do is I have got a few more words that I want to hear you say. So I'm going to ask Sandy to nominate a couple of people. And then maybe, Sandy, the teachers, you could, if the teachers have got words in English that they find really hard to say, that they want to hear me say, and then they want me to listen to them when they say it to see if we can get it correctly, they can say words. You could give me a word, or you could give me a sentence, and we could say the sentence together. Is that okay, Sandy?
Yes, Mike. So I would like to call teacher Niyadana Lai.
Okay.
Teacher,
yeah.
Teacher Sheha. Am you okay?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, so teacher Niyadana Lai is going to go first. You can see here, there is a selection of words in English that people find, that where the sounds people find difficult. Some of these words you will know, most of these words I think you will know, but some of these words may be new to you. One word which will be new, I'm sure, to everyone is the word barn. And a barn is in a farm. If there's a big building in a farm that maybe you keep your hay in, or maybe you keep your animals inside it. We call it a barn. There's another word which some people don't know, which is the word beetle. A beetle is a kind of insect. It doesn't fly. I'm not sure what the word is in Myanmar. Does anybody know what beetle is in Myanmar? What the Myanmar translation of beetle is? Beetle?
Or like that.
Well done. Thank you very much. So Nia Laklai, can you now, after me, I'm going to say the words first, and then I'm going to ask you to say them. So here we go. Bite, bed, bit, bat, barn, born, brown, boiled, beetle, bottle, book, blue, butter, bear, because, burn, yeah, bowl, baked. I'm going to say the last one again because last one, it's not just the A sound, but it's how we finish the word, because you've almost got two consonant sounds together. So this word I'm just going to say once more, which is baked. So can you see if you can say all those words? Here we go.
Yes, teacher. Bite, bed, bit, bed, burn, bone, brown, boiled, beetle, bottle, book, blue, butter, bear, because, barn, beer, bowl, baked.
Okay, can you say this one and then this one and then this one?
Okay, so I will start B-A-R-N.
Yep.
Barn.
And this one?
Barn.
Yeah, so this one sounds a little bit like this one. So, and it's so hard for people from Myanmar. It's the noise. Can you say burn?
Barn.
Can you just go
Just wait. Can you do it one more time, please?
Good. Burn. Good. That was really good. Your pronunciation is fantastic. One thing I was particularly impressed with was the way you say baked, because I didn't think you were going to be able to do it that well. But well done. Now, and I've forgotten the name of the next person.
Thank you.
So who's coming now?
What about teacher Yi?
Who was it? I think you said another one, didn't you? Who?
Now can I start?
Yes, you can start. Yes.
Bite, bad, bit, bat, barn, bone, brown, boiled, beetle, butter, book, blue, butter, bear, bird, because, barn, beer, blow, bowl, bake.
Okay, so I want you to practice first of all, again, the same thing that between barn and burn. So this one is barn, so making an R noise, and this one is burn, making an noise. Burn, barn.
Barn. Can I start? Yeah. Barn. Barn.
Burn.
Is that
right? Just go all on its own.
Burn.
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 Good. And then one other, which I want you to try, is this one. And maybe everyone else, you can, afterwards, you can all have a go at it, because this is a really hard one to say, which is baked. So I'm going baked. Can you say that? Baked.
Baked.
That's it. Yes.
Bake.
Yes. I'm so impressed. Your pronunciation is really good as well. Let's try it with everyone. Can we open it up for everyone? I want everyone, all 188 of you. I'm going to say the word and I want you to repeat it after me in the same time as me so that we all go at the same time. So the first word we're going to do is bite. Can we unmute
Bite.
everyone?
Bite.
Bed.
Bat.
Are we able to
Bed.
unmute everyone else?
Bite.
Bit.
Bite.
Bed.
Okay, so I'm now going to do the rest because I think it's too difficult with 190 people because we all go at different speeds. But you can quietly say it to yourselves: boiled, 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 beetle, bottle, book, blue, butter, bear, because. Now listen for this one. Burn, burn. So I'm making an noise. Burn. Beer, bowl, baked. I'm going to say these three words again that it looks like a lot of you find difficult. Listen to barn with an R noise. Barn, burn. And then the final one here, baked. I must say, I'm very impressed with the quality of the pronunciation in this class today. I've never had a class where the pronunciation is as good as some of the pronunciation I'm hearing. What I would love to do now, Sandy, is ask the teachers if they can give ideas of words or sentences or phrases in English where they find the pronunciation difficult, and I can help them.
Yes, Mike. ဟုတ်ကဲ့ဟုတ် teacher ရှင် teacher တို့အခုလေ pronunciation နဲ့ပတ်သက်ပြီးတော့နည်းနည်းခက်ခဲတာရှိရဒီ phrase ပဲဖြစ်ဒီ sentence ပဲဖြစ်ဖြစ်တကယ်လို့ရှိလို့ရှိရင် Mike ကိုဒီ Mike ထွက်ပြလို့ရအောင်လို့ဒီ chat box ထဲမှာတစ်ချက်ရေးပေးလို့ရပါတယ်ရှင်ဟုတ်ကိုယ့်အတွက်တကယ်လို့ခက်ခဲလို့ထင်တဲ့စကားလုံးဖြစ်ဖြစ် sentence ပဲဖြစ်ဖြစ်ဒီ phrase type ပဲဖြစ်ဖြစ်ကိုအောက်မှာရေးပေးလို့ရပါတယ်ရှင်ဟုတ်ကဲ့ဟုတ် Mike ကအဲ့ဒါလေးသိချင်လို့ပါတယ်ဟုတ် And thank you so much, all the teachers. Yeah. Teacher, အခက်ခဲရှိရဲ့စကားလုံးလေးရှိလို့ရှိရင် mic ကိုအတန်ထွက်စီချင်တာစကားလုံးဒါမှမဟုတ်လို့ရှိရင် sentence ရှိလို့ရှိရင်ဒီ zone ရဲ့ chat box ထဲမှာရေးပေးလို့ရပါတယ်ရှင်ဟုတ်ဟုတ်ကဲ့ဟုတ် mic က they start writing in the chat so you
okay.
can
Okay, so let's try. We've got some quite complicated ones here. So I've got one here which was quadruplet. I think that's quite a difficult one. And I've got cholera, which is quite a difficult one. You might all see it. So we've got one from Kneer Ladach line, quadruplet, quadruplet. Then we've got the disease. So if you don't have twins and you don't have triplets, you have quadruplets. It means that you have 4 children all at once. From teacher Haymar, we've got the disease cholera. So it's like collar, collar on a shirt, cholera. From Iris, woman and women, woman, women, man, men. So woman, women. We actually, when we change it to plural, we don't change the a to an air, or we do, but you don't hear that. What you hear is we actually change that o to an e sound. I don't know why we do, but we do. Woman, women. Man, men. Suffisamment, satisfied. Satisfied. Infinix, dangerous. Choisir, understand. Nangmato, shy. Gaga, cue. Namato is looking at shy and shine. So Namato, the difference between shy and shine is that finishing the end of the word. In Myanmar, they would sound very similar because you don't finish your words. But with the word shine, we finish the word. Do cho mimi we. We've got this, yes, barn and burn, which we've done quite a lot. Barn, making an R noise, and then burn. Then theory sway, cloth. And Teresa, barn and burn. Finza Lowe, owl. Owl. WYL, afternoon. Poem, quail. Minwai, ooh, the S sound and the sh sound. So if I say she can see, she can see, she can see. Sandar so island, island. So it's not Island, it's island. So there's no, we don't sound the S. In our language, the pronunciation is so complicated, the spelling never shows you. Bunny, ant. There's a small ant. An ant is a small insect, an ant. And my aunt, my mother's sister is my aunt. And if I want to see, one way to show you this is if we go back to here, ant is like apple, ant, ant. And here, aunt is the R noise, my aunt. Ant, aunt. Actually, with English pronunciation, some people, like my Scottish wife, she says aunt, a bit like ant. And if you heard her saying ant, the insect, and aunt, my mother's sister, it would sound very similar. So they would find that difficult too. They wouldn't be able to help you very well. 208, opaque. Things are in vegetables. So I've got 50 more to go. Maithwal Talawea, gloves. Ruth, oil. So oil. We need oil for our car. We need oil. And so don't say woil, which is the Myanmar way, just say oil. It's that oi noise. Teacher Hemar, diarrhea. Noi kind, television and refrigerator. Peter, button. 213, gosh, you like complicated words. Quiescence. Thinza Loire, restaurant. Actually, restaurant is a French word, but we use the French word, restaurant. Thusamment, effect and affect, effect and affect. Actually, those two sounds are very similar. When we speak quickly, that effect and affect can actually be a schwa, so they end up sounding the same. Vegetable, thenissin, deer, the animal deer, and deer thenissin is the same sound. Gloves, neji, butt, bat, bed, butt, bat, bed, but is it dapeme, but bat, that you hit the ball with the bat, and then bed, is that aya, a bed, but bat, bed. Nicha on, paw, then we've got anoué next, Jessia, genre, again that's a French word actually. Bed, bad, bud. Mia, bed, bad is as a makambu, bad, bed, aya, and bud, which is like on a flower, but before the flower comes out, you see a bud. Bad, bed, Bud. Oh, this is a good one. Miko, this is a really good one. And thank you for reminding me, Miko. This is one that I actually, we might get you, Miko. Can I get you to pronounce these? Is that possible, Miko? Can we open this up for Miko? Miko. Sandy, is it possible for Miko to speak?
Yes, Mike. Hello, teacher Miko. အစမြဲလို့ရှိရင်လက်ချက်လေးဝေးပေးပါနော်။ Hello.
Miko? Janain La?
Hello, teacher Miko ရှင်ဟုတ်။ yes. Hello, teacher.
Yes, I have already asked her to unmute, but she don't.
Okay,
Unmute
not to
herself.
worry.
Yeah.
Not to worry. Maybe we can get somebody to take Miko's place. Miko, this is a really, really good one that you've given. Can you Sandy, can you ask someone to see if they want to help me with the number 13 and the number 30, 13 and 30, how you hear the difference?
I need to call out another person. Mike?
Yes, please. Yes.
So what about teacher Choming Cat?
Okay, Choming Cat. Choming Cat.
Hello, teacher Choming Cat ရှင် unmute လေးတစ်ချက်လုပ်ပေးလို့ရမလားနော်ဟုတ်
Yes, sir.
Are you there?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. I'm going to teach you how to say the difference between these two words. The number 13, 13, and the number 30, 30. Or the number 14, 14, and 40, 40. And 15 and 50. Yeah? How you tell the difference. Because when Myanmar people say these numbers, they sound the same. And when they hear these numbers, they can't hear the difference. So I'm going to teach you. So here we go. So if I want to say this one, 13, I'll say 13. And actually, it's all about stress. So when I say the number 13, 13, do I hit the first syllable or the second syllable? Which one is noisier? 13, the first one or the second one? Can you choose? Which one do you think sounds similar? Sounds the 13. 13. So which one is it the first one or the second one that's noisier?
Teacher ရှင်ဘယ်ကပို့ပြီးတော့အတန်ထွက်ရတာခက်လည်းမသိဘူးရှင်ဟုတ်
13.
Okay, let's try Nyadanachlai. Can you tell me which one is the which syllable am I stressing when I say 13? 13. 13. Which one am I stressing? I'm stressing the teen. That's right. I'm stressing the second syllable. So whenever you're hearing the number, if I say if you hear the second syllable being stressed, then it means it's 13. 13. 13 is 13. But if I want to say this number instead, if I want to say the number 30, 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 what syllable am I stressing now? The first one or the second one? 30. 30. Which one am I stressing? 30. Which syllable am I stressing? First or second? 30. 30. 30. Yeah. Yeah, well done. Well done. The first syllable. So whenever and the same with the same with this one. And you can tell me, can you tell me, just tell me in chat. You don't have to, don't speak, just write in chat. So Sri Frisia, teacher Sri Frisia, can you tell me when I say this number, can you tell me whether I'm saying what number I'm saying? So if I'm saying 14, what number am I saying? Teacher Sri Frisia, 14. 14. What number am I saying? What number am I saying, teacher Sri Frisia? No, you said you wanted to answer, but you're not answering. How about, that's it, you're all getting it right. It's 1-4. How about this one? If I say it's 1-4, so the number I said 14 is 14, like that. 14. Now, see if you can guess this one, Sri Frisia. Don't worry about your mic, just say it in chat. Sri Frisia, just write it in chat. What is this now? What is this word? Or you can all write it if you want. 60. Okay. Most of you got it right, but actually, Zidmar Louis, you didn't get it right, and because of the one I'm hitting, and Nankin Jolala, it's 60. 60 is this one because I'm hitting the first syllable, so it's 60. It's 60. It's 60. How about this one? 16. 16. No, I'm saying 16. I'm hitting the second syllable. So that means if I'm hitting the second syllable, if I'm hitting the second syllable, it means it's teen. If I'm hitting the first syllable, it means it's t. So 16 means it's, yeah? No. Tit is the first one. So let me do this once more, and I'm going to do it with this one here. 17. 17. Yeah. If you hear the T, the second syllable, it means it's teen. And then I'm going to say this one, which is 70. 70. 70. 70. Yeah. You got it? So I think that so what I could do with is carry on going through all the other sounds, but I don't think we've got time for that today. What I think we've done is we've covered some of these really difficult sounds in English. We've covered the importance of stress a little bit, but this class has really been about sounds. We've talked about how the end of the word is important. So it's sheep, it's bed, it's up, the end of it's bird. We've talked about some sounds that you find quite difficult. The sound is a sound that you all find difficult. I walk to work. We've been through some sentences that contain English sounds that you find difficult. We've then looked at some of the diphthongs, and my sense in the diphthongs was that you were very good at the diphthongs, but you maybe found coat a little bit difficult. The O sound, coat, low, and note. And the one that you found very difficult was boy, point, and oil. But I've really enjoyed the class today. Is there anything, Sandy, if there's any of the teachers that have got questions, I've got so many questions coming at me, I can't answer them all. But Sandy, can you see any, particularly from the teachers, any questions that they'd like me to cover? Because as this is now the end of the class.
Yes, Mike, I think that some of the teachers that they really want to know the pronunciations like 660 or 660 and the last three messages in the check. 61660.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is one I can see from Min Wai U saying, can you pronounce 616 and 660? So it's very like 16 and 60. So 16, I'm hitting the teen, and 60, I'm hitting the 6. So they've both got 2 syllables in them. 16, 1-6. I'm concentrating on the teen, so that means it's 1-6. But with 60, the t is a little bit quiet. 60. So meanwhile, I'm going to give you those 2 numbers of yours again. The first one is this number, 616, and the second one, 660. Is that okay?
Yes, Mike. And then they also ask the questions, and then I will send in the check again, like Canadian or.
Okay.
Hello, Mr. Mike.
Canadian. Architect. Eerie.
Hello, Mr. Mike.
Yes, hello.
If you're convenient, would you mind sharing these slides?
Can you sharing which slides?
These slides, the presentation slides.
Yes, actually, I've given the presentation slides. So I think that the teaching agency have got the presentation slides. So is teaching agency able to pass those on?
Yes, Mike. Yes. And then we already record this meeting, not only recording, but also that we can share the information on with presentations that we will share, Mike.
And okay, no, that would be brilliant. And what might be worth doing if you listen to the recordings is listen to some of the recordings, particularly the sentences I've been doing, like fast and first, and the cat has cut his foot. I walk to work. She said she is feeling sad. To hear how I make those sounds. But look, everyone, I thought that your pronunciation was brilliant today. And I wish my Myanmar pronunciation was half as good as your English pronunciation. And I hope one day I can do another class.
Mike, like for the last questions, like Dominic asked the questions, please explain the linking sounds. I will copy again.
Okay, so please explain the linking sounds between double consonants, as in the examples, especially in a quick speech. They come from New York. He comes from New York. I'm not quite sure. So this is because there's a W in new, but actually the W isn't sounded because EW, there's a W there, but actually it's a vowel sound. So it's New York. So it's actually a double vowel sound in a way, because you and you it's the U and then another your sound. What else? Anything else?
ဆရာမတို့ရှင်မေးချင်တာလေးများရှိသေးတာเนาะဟုတ်ကဲ့
ဟုတ်ကဲ့ရှိတယ်ရှင်အကျကျွန်တော် ခုမှဟိုဟာဖြစ်တာဆိုတော့လေမေးကြတဲ့တစ်ခုတော့ရှိလို့ပါရှင်ကိုညီတောင်းရသေးရှင်
ဟုတ်ကဲ့ဟုတ်ဘာလေးမေးချင်တယ်မသိဘူးရှင် teacher ဟုတ်
how to pronounce the h letter h ကိုတချို့က h လို့ပြောတယ်တချို့က h လို့ပြောတယ်ကျွန်တော်သိထားတာကစစချင်းသိတော့က h လို့သိတယ်နောက်တစ်ယောက်အခုကျွန်တော်အလုပ်ပြောင်းလိုက်တဲ့ဆရာခါကျတော့ဆရာမတယောက်ကကျွန်တော်ပြောတယ် h လို့ပြောတယ်ရောက်ကုတ်တန်ထွက်လာတယ်ပထမဆရာပြောတာကျတော့ကျွန်တော်ကိုခါခွေးရပင်အသက်တန်ချတန်ထွက်တယ် h နောက်တစ်ခုကျတော့ h လို့ပြောတယ်အဲ့ဒါဘယ်ဟာမှန်တာလဲကျွန်တော်မသိတော့ခုချိန်ထိအဲ့လိုမျိုးဖြစ်သွားရရှင်ဟုတ်
Mike, she would like to know the pronunciations of H or maybe H, or whether that is not really sure for her.
Okay, so the h noise. Yeah. So actually, if you find the H noise very difficult, maybe you could become a Cockney, because there's one accent in English, which is an accent in the East End of London, which are called Cockney. These people it's called a Cockney accent. And what they do in a Cockney accent is they don't use the H. So instead of saying I'm going on holiday, they say, oh, I'm going on holiday. They wouldn't use the H. So that's one thing you could do. You could become a Cockney. I'm going on holiday, and then they say that's fine. I'm a native speaker. I'm just Cockney. But it's maybe you can my year where can you say half to what half
that's I know H or hurt hurt but I don't know what I spell the words H start with H or H I don't know. Somebody said to me, the first teacher said to me, H. And now when I transfer the work, another teacher said to me, H. So I don't know H or H. When I
how do you pronounce the letter? Do you pronounce it H or H? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah. So
okay.
I don't know.
So actually, the answer,
H or
the
H.
Answer, if you want to say what is this letter? What is this letter? The answer is it's H with a ch noise, not a sh noise. H. And and a lot of people, a lot of Asian people, they can't say H. It's really hard to say H because you're almost going A to ch. H. H. Try to say it together. And because they find saying H, you have to say it fast. You can't say
H.
H. That's it. You can say it. But most Asian people, they just can't get those three. They can't say it as well as you. So they are trying to say H. But they go H because they can't say it. So when somebody says, oh, it's H, they're actually saying that because they can't say it correctly. They may want to, but they don't. Their muscles are not. Their muscles are not sophisticated enough. Your muscles are. Anything else?
Thank you so much, Nati. Now.
Oh, well,
Thank you
done.
so much.
Mike, like the last message, like Gaga X.
Okay, X. So there's a k noise in it. Can you say that, Gaga? And then Minwei U, is he a student? Is she a student? And then infinix Q. X. So Fei Jiao, the difference between teaching phonics and phonetics is huge because I'm just teaching you sounds, phonics. Phonetics, there is a whole degree course. You could go to university and you could study phonetics for like 4 years. And English phonetics is unbelievably complicated. And the reason our phonetics is so complicated, the reason why our word spelling is so complicated compared to our sounds is that English, we have been invaded by so many different countries. So about 2,000 years ago, we were invaded by the Romans from Italy. And then the Romans went away, and we had a lot of people who came from Scandinavia, who came from Norway and Sweden, Holland. They had blonde hair and they had blue eyes, and they came and they attacked us and took us. And you can see that I've got blonde hair and blue eyes. So probably I came from them. And they had a different language. The Romans had a different language. And then the French came. And so our language is such a mixture of languages. Our phonetics gets very complicated. Now, actually, Minwei U, you say, I can read the phonetic symbols, but actually I can't write them down. You don't need to learn them at all. I always worry when I teach people in Myanmar something, they always want to learn it off by heart because of your teaching system. But the phonemic chart is just for me to help me with the sounds. But you don't actually need to learn them by heart or write them down. Just know them. What you can do is if there's one thing that you take from the table, from the presentation, you could take that phonemic chart and you could put it somewhere on your computer. And then when you're doing when you're using the Cambridge Dictionary, you could use it to help you with the sounds. But really, you don't need to know about it. Actually, I didn't know about this chart until I started teaching English. And I certainly haven't learned any of them off by heart, so don't worry about it. Anything else? How can I get vocab without learning by heart? Well, it's hard. You just have to learn it by heart. I think the best thing is to just talk English all the time, to watch YouTube or read books, and then it comes in. One thing, you mustn't try to learn too much vocabulary all at once. Just learn a few words. If you can learn just 5 words a day, that's enough. And actually, maybe it's almost too much. Because if you try to take too much in too fast, it just comes straight out again. Glottal stop. Can you discuss the glottal stop? Well, I think it's just like a op noise, isn't it? You use it like bop, but I never know what bop means, so I probably wouldn't be very good at the glottal stop. Nicole, the sound ant and the sound, so ant is an ah noise, and the e sound elephant is an eh noise. Elephant, elephant, ant, elephant. Let's have one more question. Anyone got one more question?
Yeah, I want to ask, can you pronounce R-A-C-E and R-A-I-S-E?
Yes. So the sounds that Anwei wants me to do are
R-A-C-E, R-A-C-E, and
is race,
R-A-I-S-E,
and raise.
Raise, R-A-I-S-E.
So the first one, Palamula. What race are you? He ran very fast in the race. And
R-A-C-E. R-A-C-E race. R-A-C-E race. Race. And can you pronounce R-A-I-S-E?
Yeah, raise.
Right.
Race is lemio, and then going up higher, raise. Now, can you say it to me? Raise, race, raise.
Raise.
So can you say race and raise?
Raise.
Good, yeah.
Thank you, teacher.
We've got lacquered, nut and net, and then we've got graphic, looking at the other answers. But I think we're nearly there. So I think it's probably time to because you're probably all getting quite tired. It's getting quite late. there's one thing which, if you like words in English, this isn't sounds, but this is another thing. It's a game that some of my students enjoy. And what I like about this game is all around the world, it's free, it's on the internet, and all around the world, people are playing this game, and they're actually playing the same word every day. Sometimes this word is really complicated and you won't get it. It doesn't matter. Sometimes it's easier and you have a chance to get it. And this is a game called, I don't know if any of you have ever heard of this game, and it's called Wordle. And you can find it, and you will be playing the same word. The people in America and in the UK, we all play the same word. And this is where you find it. So you might want to copy this down, but I think some of you might enjoy this game, Wordle. And you get a word, and we can do it. We can do it now if you've got time. Do you want me to show you how to do it? I haven't done Wordle today, but I'm going to share my screen. And if you want to go, just log off, because it's the end of this is the end of the pronunciation game. We're just doing this for fun. And what I do with Wordle is that I've got all the letters here, and I have to guess what the 5-letter word is. And so I've got no idea what this word is. So I'm going to go, okay, I'm going to do ideas. Maybe it's ideas. I'm sure it's not ideas, but that's what I'm going to try. And then I'm going to see, okay, then I get an answer. And it's got the D, the E, the A, and the S stays grey. But then I and E is yellow. And what that means, if it's yellow, is it means that there is an I in the word and there is an E in the word, but it's in the wrong place. There's no D, there's no A, and there's no S. So I've got to try again. So then I might go, okay, let's try this. Let's try T-R-I-B-E. So that's another English word. And I've moved the I to a different place. I've moved the E to a different place. I've removed the D, the A, and the S, and I've introduced 3 new letters. I'm going to see what that does. Oh, so I'm getting better. So these green ones mean R is there and it's in that place. I is there and it's in that place. And E is there and it's in that place. But B is completely wrong. So now what I've got to do is I've got to think, okay, let's try P instead of, actually, no, it won't be P. Well, I know that T goes here. So it won't be P. It's going to be some R-I-T-E. So what do you think could be the letter that goes here? Let's try W-R-I. The T, it was in the wrong place, which means it must go here, because it can't go here or here or here. It must go here. So let's try right, and let's see how that is.
Right.
And I've got it right.
Yeah.
And I've been successful. Yeah. So tomorrow, why don't any of you, if you like doing words, you can have a go at this game. Right is quite an easy word. So I was very lucky today. I found a word that's actually quite easy. Sometimes the words are, I don't get it right. Sometimes the words, and I'm an English teacher, for you're going to find it quite hard, but it's quite good fun, and don't be disappointed if you find it difficult. Anyone like the idea of that? Has anyone ever played Wordle before?
No.
So there you go. That's a game to play that you can play every morning when you're having your breakfast. Try seeing if you can do the Wordle. And for your students, if you've got any students who are good at English that like words, it's a good way to make them think about words. But that's the end. Is there any last things, Sandy, that I should talk about?
It's okay, I didn't see any questions, or I think that we still have like other plans according to our agenda. Yeah. So for this session,
well, look, thank you everyone so much for joining today. I've really enjoyed it. And I love teaching teachers because that's the best way to spread the word and to spread education, which is the most valuable thing. And so thank you so much for joining today, my fellow teachers.
Dear Mike, so that we still have a photo session. Like we will take photo and then the presenters continue the meetings for a few minutes.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Mike, for today. For all the teachers, thank you so much for your participations. And then we will take a photo here. So yeah, I would like to hand over the rest of the presenter. Yeah.
So item number 3 is the photo session with teacher Mike and participant. So I would like to request participant to start your video if you are comfortable with that.
Finish. Take a photo session for the video mission.
Yeah. Then shall we move to item 4? Item 4 is to express gratitude to teacher Mike Fine, a responsible person from teaching agency. Yeah, I will be doing that. So let me begin. Yeah, on behalf of teaching agency, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to you for taking the time to speak at our event. And yes, the information and techniques you shared tonight that is related to IPA were truly valuable, and we were all deeply engaged by your presentation. And yeah, I guess you can see that too. Yes, and then we learned a great deal from it, and it was such a great pleasure to have you with us. And we hope you enjoyed the experience as much as we did. And again, yeah, we are so grateful for your participation and for sharing your knowledge with us. We hope to have the opportunity to work with you again in the future. Yes, thank you. That's it.
Great. Well, look, thank you very much, and to everyone at Teaching Agency for helping organise this. As ever, I'd like to thank Sandy, who helps me with so many things and is so efficient. And Sandy runs an amazing organisation called Fluency Butterfly. And if you want to practice your English, then if you go to Facebook and find Fluency Butterfly, you should join those courses because they're well organized, they're safe, they're fun, and it's a great way for you to practice your English, and it's free as well. So Sandy, and also you were a great audience. You had some really good ideas, and the quality of your pronunciation was so good. It really, I was so impressed. And I do hope Teaching Agency that one day I can teach again, and I would love to teach other things. Some of these questions about linguistics, that all gets very complicated for me because really I'm just an English teacher. I teach IELTS, I teach GED and a little bit of conversation, but I'm really not a professor. So when you get onto complicated of things about phonetics and linguistics, then it all gets too complicated for me. But thanks again.
Yeah, so Mayame, are you there?
စီစဉ်ရာ Teaching Agency မှာ Teaching with Clarity Pronunciation Webinar for Educators ခေါင်းစဉ်ဖြင့်ဒီမှာပြုလုပ်သည့် webinar အခမ်းအနားအောင်မြင်စွာပြီးမြောက်ကြောင်းကြေညာအပ်ပါတယ်ရှင်
According to item 5, let me announce that today's webinar on Teaching with Clarity Pronunciation for Educators has successfully come to the end. Yeah, thank you, everybody.
Thank you, teachers, etc.